In this sponsored tutorial, we're going to look at the Tidio chatbot functionality. We're going to build 4 different chatbots. We're going to build one to recover abandoned carts. We're going to build one to offer discounts to returning visitors. We're going to build another to collect email addresses. And we're going to build another to integrate with the live chat. So if you're chatting with someone but you're not getting back to them fast enough, the chatbot will say, "We're looking into this issue for you. Please be patient. Thank you very much." And we're going to build all 4 of those. Then we're going to collect some data, live data of people actually interacting with these chatbots on my website. And I'm going to show you all that. And we're getting started right now. Hey, what's up? My name is Bjorn. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here and you like WordPress tips and tricks and getting better at it, make sure you click subscribe and the bell notification icon so you don't miss any videos. And make sure you check out the Facebook group linked to in the description down below so we can all help each other get better at WordPress and create great things. And with that out of the way, let's check out the screen capture. I'll see you there. So before we get started, if you want to follow along, you need a Tidio account. And I've negotiated a 10% discount on every plan level that you want. The free one's free, so there's no plan level, but you get 10% off all the paid plans. But you have to do 2 specific things. One is you have to register through this link. So we just go to this page. There's a link in the description down below. That'll take you here. Then you just click on use it for free or try it out and you create a free account. You can log in with Facebook, Shopify, Wix, and WordPress or with your email. I'm just going to use one of my email addresses. This is not going to be the account used in the tutorial because I already have an account. So I'm just showing you the process to get the discount. Okay, there we go. I've got all my details in here. Click on create free account. So I'm going to quickly go through this account setup. I go through it in more detail in just a minute in the tutorial. I just want to show you how to get the discount. So really quick, just going to fast forward. Okay, so once you have an account set up, it looks like this. This is the first page you land on. Then we go to the second link in the description down below, and it will take you to where you have a coupon for 10% off any of the plans. You get a 10% discount. Woohoo! So any of these plans that you choose, more operators, cost more money, and also more discount. That's how you get your 10% discount. Now we're going to hop into the tutorial where we start with customizing and setting up your account, which we just skip through. We're going to show you that in detail starting right now. If it's the first time you're logging in, you'll be presented with something that looks like this. No matter what you choose, you still have both these components in your account. It's just that they're trying to guide you in the direction that you want to go to start with. On the left, you have automation and bots. On the right, you have live chat on your site. I recommend you do both, but in this tutorial, we're going to focus on the bots and automation because I love automation. So click on that, little green check mark appears, click on continue. Now we can customize our settings a little bit. I'm sure you may have noticed if you watched my previous tutorial, they've redesigned their chat widget. It looks actually pretty slick right now with the gradients. It looks awesome, I think. You can add an image for your avatar, always recommended, and I can't stand that picture, so I gotta get a different one day. Let's just do that one. Not the best picture for a live chat, but it'll do. You can pick a different color for the chat. We have these preset colors. You should probably pick one that's contrasted with your site so it pops out a little bit. And there's lots of options. You can even create your own over here with this color palette. I'm just going to stick with the default blue to blue. I like it. Choose your chat language. Click on continue. Here they have your name field again, website, country. Change this to Canada. Select your business. Let's call it education. It's online education, but you know what? Change to online store. Let's do that. Click on continue. To install Tidio on your site, there's only one option, really. You got to get this piece of code onto your site. You can either do it yourself, or you can have a developer do it, or somebody you know who's good with computers or websites do it. But either way, this piece of code has to end up on your website. And we'll get to that a little bit later. We're not going to install it just yet. We're going to build the bots first, then we'll put it on the site. Click on continue. And now we're into the main account. We currently have no active conversations because we just logged into this account for pretty much the first time. So now we're going to build the chatbots. And we're going to start with the cart abandonment chatbot because cart abandonment is very low-hanging fruit. These are people who added something to their cart and wanted to buy, but then for some reason didn't buy. So this chatbot is going to offer them a discount to come back and finish their order. To build that, we head over to the little play icon called Bots and Automation. And they have a whole lot of templates pre-built in here to make your life really easy. They also have the cart abandonment bot right here, discount when cart is abandoned, pre-built, so we can just add it to our account and then tweak it as necessary. And here it shows a little video of what people are doing. They're picking a product, they add it to their cart, they have the cart here, and they end up not filling out the cart. Now they have the chatbot pop up and say, I see you abandoned your cart. Would you like a small discount? Yeah, sure, great. Give me your email address. I'll send you a discount. And that's automated, which is pretty awesome. So click on add when you're ready to add that to your site. Here we can add a discount code directly to the chatbot. And this would be created inside of WooCommerce, for example, or Shopify, whatever shopping cart you're using. You can go in there, create a discount code, which I can show you in a different tutorial. Just let me know in the comments down below if you want to see that tutorial. But there's an area where we can make discount codes. And then you just add that in here. And this will be the special discount code that's always shown to people that get this cart abandonment bot. So not only do they get the discount, but you can also track how many people are converting, because ideally that discount code that you created is only visible on this cart abandonment bot. So you know what kind of revenue this bot is actually generating. I'm going to change this to Happy Cart 001. Click on save. Your automation has been saved successfully. One more thing, you need to add a piece of code to your online store. Here's an instruction how to do this. Click OK. Go to the instructions or not. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But now we have our chatbot and we're in the Manage tab now. So we go back to Explore. That's where we started out. And then once we have bots that are online and running, they show up in the Manage tab where you can see their stats from day to day. And now that the bot's been created, we have this big edit button over here where we can edit the bot. So if we want to edit the actual text that happens, click on that edit button. We're going to zoom in a little bit because they're a little zoomed out. So we have this flowchart of how the bot progresses. This chatbot is triggered by a new event, which in this case is abandoned cart. But this flow is where we can edit the path and the conversation that people have with your chatbot. So we have the new event, we have a delay, which is wait 5 seconds, and then we ask a question. So as soon as the cart's abandoned, it waits 5 seconds, and then it asks or says, we notice that you have abandoned your cart. Could you please tell us the reason? And there's 3 options, and the user can choose which option they want. And based on what they choose, they'll go down a different path. This gray arrow is for option 1. This gray arrow is for option 2. This gray arrow is for option 3. And this might seem a little overwhelming at first, but just start simple if you're going to build your own. If you choose a template that's pre-built, it's probably good enough just to change the text in here and remove a few things and just make sure that all the elements are connected to each other and that people go on a path that you want them to go. And the best way to do that is to test it once you have it built. We can add more triggers, we can add more conditions, and add more actions. With this flowchart and the decision capabilities, you can build pretty much anything as far as chatbots go and make it really visual so you can see the exact path that someone goes in. I'm going to click on cancel to exit back out of this editor. And I'm going to show you how to integrate this chatbot in just a minute. But first we're going to build our other chatbots. So we have them all set up. Then we're going to go ahead and integrate it with our website. The next chatbot we're going to build is a discount for returning visitors. This so happens at the moment, that's the first one that appears under Explore, Boost Sales on Online Store. The chatbot will recognize when someone has returned and it can offer them a discount. And here it shows an animated GIF of what this conversation would look like. So it says we're like a discount, yes please, what's your email? Okay, great, here's your discount code. Click on add to add it. We do it the exact same way we did before. Here's the opening message. We can edit it here. Hi there, we missed you. We prepared a little gift for you. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'd like to offer you a discount of 25%. Very generous. Click on continue. Here's your code, 25 off. And this code would obviously match whatever discount code you created on your site. And again, make one that's unique. Make one that only appears on this chatbot so you can tie back your ROI to this chatbot specifically and returning visitors specifically. Save this automation. Been successfully saved. We're directed to the Manage tab. And now we have our new bot under the Visitor Returns to Site category, discount for returning visitors. And we can click on this and edit it just like we did the other one. We're not going to get into that right now, but this is where you edit it. Next, we're going to build a bot to get people onto our mailing list 24/7 automatically. As visitors come to our site, the bot will be building our mailing list or helping to build our mailing list. And to do this, we're going to create our own. So we're going to go to create your own bot or automation. Click on create new one from scratch. Click on add. It's going to make a really basic one. So the first time someone visits our site, we're going to use as our behavior trigger. There's a lot of triggers to go through. I encourage you to read each one and understand how they work because there's a lot of power in these for sure. click on first site on visit, or first visit on site for this chatbot. Then we go to actions in the tab over here. So we're going to use the make a decision action. We're going to drag and drop that here. Sometimes the arrow connecting these two auto-populates, sometimes it doesn't, but you need to have them connected. So click on any one of these 4 dots, click and hold, and drag, and connect it to the action. You can connect it to whichever dot you want. You can also erase the arrows, if I can, there we go. Click and drag, connect it to there. You can create all kinds of crazy designs if you wanted to. Just got to make sure everything's connected. That's the most important thing. So they're going to make a decision, which means I'm basically going to ask them a question. They're going to tell me some kind of information. So I'm going to ask, what are you struggling with right now in regards to WordPress? Button 1 is going to be site speed. Button 2, SEO. Button 3, security. Oops, I closed out of there. So now we have our question that's presented and our 3 options. We can keep adding more buttons. I'm just going to stick with these 3. I'm going to reorganize my bot a little bit because it's going to be a little crazy if I design crazy arrows and angles at this point now. Because now we're going to send them to different places depending on what their chosen answer was. So I'm going to click and drag. It now displays the 3 options from this decision action. So whatever option I click here is the one the visitor chooses, and then they come to this chat message. So I'm going to choose site speed. Enters it right there. If they choose site speed, I'm going to say, great. We have lots of content about making websites faster. If you give me your email address, I'll send you our free site speed mini course. That's great. I'm just going to copy and paste this actually, because the other ones will be very similar. So let's do that again. Chat message, put it right here. Connect these two, choose SEO. I just changed the first sentence to, we have lots of content about making sites rank in search engines and free SEO mini course. Boom, done. Send chat message for the 3rd option. This is going to be security. And I'm going to paste in our message about WordPress security mini course. So that we have these 3 different paths, we want to get them onto 3 different mailing lists. Let's start with step 1. First, we have to collect their email address. So the messages we've sent ask for their email address passively. It says, if you give me your email address, I'll send you the mini course. So some people are going to add their email address right there. So I'm going to create a condition based on variable. I'm going to connect this first message to it. And this is going to be, the condition is going to be email. And the email is set, meaning they have entered their email address. And then we're going to add them to a mailing list. So we're actually going to create a loop here to make sure they actually do submit their email address. And the way we do this, it's so confusing at first, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Hopefully when I walk through this, it'll make a lot of sense. We're going to send them a chat message if their email is set, which this checks for. So if we drag and drop this, we now have the options of yes and no. So this checks, does an email address exist, yes or no? And we'll go on this path if it's a yes. And I'm going to say, great, you'll be receiving your first part of the mini course shortly. Let's make it the right one. So site speed was the first one. Site speed mini course shortly. Now if they have no here, the variable not being set, we want to ask a question. And that question is going to be, may I have your email address so I can add you the site speed mini course? That is our question. Connect these two, and this is going to be the no path. And now since we're adding a question, we can add some validation. And that validation is email. And it's going to say, if they don't enter a valid email address, it's going to say, oops, it looks like this is not an email address. You can change that message however you like. I'm going to request this 2 times. So it basically asks them again if they have the wrong email address or a not valid email address. And then once they get a valid one, I'm going to send them this way for the success. You have another path for the failure if they fail to enter an email address after 2 tries, but I'm just going to not add that part. So now we have our loop. Just to summarize again this pathway really quickly, we're going to recreate this for the other 2. But they come to the site. They are asked, what's your biggest beef with WordPress right now? Site speed, SEO, security. They choose one. We have site speed built out. So they choose site speed. We say here, great, we have lots of content on that. If you want our site speed mini course, just enter your email address. Great. So now we check, is there an email address? Have they entered one? If yes, we send a chat message that says, great, you'll be receiving your first part or the first part of your mini course shortly. If they have not set their email address, we ask them a question which asks, can you please give me your email address? And then we validate based on whether we get it or not, and we send them to this chat message when we do get it. And once we've collected their email on this step here and we send this chat message, we want to be able to get that email onto some kind of mailing list. Now, Tidio itself integrates with a bunch of different apps, but not at this step of the process. For example, to show you the integrations really quick, if we head over to the settings tab, which is right here, I just control-clicked on that to open it in a new tab. We have MailChimp and GetResponse. Those are two very popular emailing services to which it would be ideal to add your email addresses that you collect in our chatbot that we're building over here. However, those two apps only work for the pre-chat survey. They don't work inside of this automation. So what we have to do is use a feature that was very, very recently added to Tidio, and that is the Send to Zapier feature. Zapier, I don't know if you know about it, but it helps you connect not thousands, but over 1,000 different apps that don't normally integrate and talk to each other very well. Zapier helps them talk to each other so you can automate a lot of your processes. And Zapier is one of my all-time favorite apps in the world, period. I love it. All we have to do is name an action to be able to send this information to Zapier. So I'm going to call this, so we know it's for site speed, I'm going to call it site speed chatbot. And then all you have to do is follow these steps outlined here, and then you create a Zap using Zapier. And using Zapier is the topic of another tutorial because that's, again, as in previous references, a whole course unto itself, using all the different apps in Zapier and how to get it all working. But it's a powerful, powerful tool, and I'm really happy that Tidio integrated with these guys. And that will help you get people onto your mailing list using this process. So to close out of here, I'm going to make sure that this chat message links to here. So that's the process they go through. Now we have to duplicate this for all the others, which I'm not going to bore you with. It's the same idea. It's basically just copy and paste of these, changing the message, changing the question to match either SEO or security, and send them to Zapier using a different action. In this one, we have site speed chatbot. For the SEO, we'd use SEO chatbot. For security, we use security chatbot. And then we can get them onto your mailing list and start sending them email based on what their choices were. I'm going to click on save. If you haven't done so already, make sure you name the chatbot up here and then save. And we'll be taken back out to the manage area. And then the last chatbot I want to show you is under Explore again. If you're using the live chat function of Tidio, which you should, if you're using the bots, you're only really using half the power. Because live chat, even though bots are great, people like to talk with real people. And having a live chat option on your site is powerful. You don't have to be online all the time. That's what these bots help with. But having live chat there is awesome. So if you click on Enhanced Communication, one of the great options you have is operator doesn't respond during the conversation. And the reason this is important is if you're handling more than one chat, or if you're doing something like somebody has an issue with logging in, so you're looking up their information, and it takes time. And the person on the other end doesn't know if you're twiddling your thumbs, if you've gone to Starbucks, if you're helping them, they don't really know what's going on. So this option allows the chatbot to, in your live chat, just say, hey, I'm working on it. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you for your patience. And when I was working for eBay Live Chat back in the day, we'd have to take 5 or 6 chats at once. And whenever something takes a little longer, we'd always have to go back to specific ones and say, hey, I'm working on it. It's going to take a bit longer. And then go to the other one and say, I'm working on this thing. Going to take a bit longer. And it was kind of a pain going through all that. And this automates it. So let's just add this and see how it works. So here's the message that you get or that you send. Sorry for keeping you waiting. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. I'd like to say thank you for waiting. I'm working on your issue. I don't want to say we because there's only one other person on the chat. It's not a group of people chatting with you. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm working on your issue. Thank you for your patience. Click on save. It's added to our manager over here. Here's the chatbot. Click on edit to edit it. And the trigger here, operator doesn't respond during the conversation. Let's click on that. This is where you set how long the chatbot will wait before it sends this message. If you make this too long, then people won't ever see the chatbot respond. If it's 10 minutes, not a lot of chats, not a lot of issues that you're resolving take more than 10 minutes, unless you actually did go to Starbucks. If it's too short, then people will continually be getting these messages in one chat, which is also very annoying. So you may have to play around with how long you set this, but I would set it, me personally, between 2.5 and 5 minutes is what I would do. 5 minutes, almost getting to be a little long, but what I'd hate to have happen is that every step you have to go and do something, and it's always more than 2.5 minutes, and you're always saying, please be patient, please be patient, please be patient. That gets annoying too. So you might have to play with the duration based on how you do your own chats, but this is a powerful feature to keep people engaged and understanding that you're there for them and helping them. So we're going to change mine to 2.5, click on save. Now that we have our 4 chatbots built, let's get this party started and put them on the website. So over here, we have this little red exclamation mark here, meaning there's something going on we have to take care of, and that is the integration. So it takes us here, we have a little icon here saying warning, emergency, whatever you want to call that. So all we have to do is get this code right here before the closing body tag of all the pages on our website. They also have a WordPress plugin you can use, but I'm going to save the plugin install and show you how you can get this onto your site using a child theme and save the plugin install, which can slow down your site. So to do that, we have to log into our cPanel account, which I'm going to do right now. This is what my cPanel account looks like inside my hosting. I'm currently hosting all my sites with SiteGround, so yours may look a little different, but all the same options should be there. I'm looking for one called File Manager, which is going to open the files on the server. And if we navigate to WP Content, Themes, I have a child theme right here. And this child theme is the child theme for the website. If you want to know how to create a child theme, you don't have one yet, there's a playlist I linked to up above, or it's the tutorial up above that I've linked to. That will show you how to get a child theme set up. And then we can make edits in it without worrying about our work being overwritten when we update the parent theme. And to make this work, we have to put a file into the child theme, which is going to load instead of the parent theme file. In this case, we want the file that contains the closing body tag. So let's go back to the parent theme, which in my case is Page Builder Framework. And usually in the footer is where we have the closing body tag. That's the first place I'm going to look. So I'm going to highlight that, click on Edit again, and I'm going to check in here to see if the closing body tag is present, and it is right there. So this is where we paste our code right before this. But you don't want to do it in the parent theme, because if the parent theme is updated in the future, then this work might be overwritten and all the chatbots might be erased until you put the code back into the footer file. So I'm just going to copy this file. I'm going to copy it to WP Learning Lab Child. And now it should be in this folder right here. There's a copy of the footer file. Click on Edit for this footer, and this is in the child theme now. So we can safely paste in our code. So let's get our code from here, paste it in right there, and then click on Save. And now when we go to our website and refresh the page, we should have some kind of indication of Tidio chat being present. So let's head into our dashboard here. Let's visit the site. It's going to open that in a new tab. And here's the website. And on the right-hand side, somewhere at some point, we should have a little Tidio chat icon pop up. And there it is. Tidio chat. I took a few days pause in recording, A, to collect some data that I can show you in the Tidio account, and B, to take care of some family stuff. And now we're in a different browser. This is Firefox, so I'm not logged into the site, and we can see our chatbot appearing here, the one that we use to collect email addresses, and you can just click on one of these to try to start the chat. So what are you struggling with the most right now? Site speed. And this is what we wrote earlier. Enter your email. Okay, here's my email. Boom. Great, you get your mini course. And this isn't actually functional because we didn't actually complete the steps where we connect it to our email account, but the chatbot itself works. And so I had these running. I had this chatbot running. I had the cart abandonment chatbot running. I had the returning visitor discount chatbot running. And I had the respond if I don't respond fast enough chatbot running. I was originally planning on having the chatbots running for a couple of days because I didn't think I'd get responses that quickly. But what ended up happening was we got 27 chat conversations in just a couple hours. And what's even better, and in my case, maybe worse, if I go to the chatbots and I go to manage and I look at the data for returning visitor discounts, we actually had 8 returning visitors appear, and 2 of those asked for discount. So if I click on this one, for example, and it goes to the chat and it says, hey, would you like a discount? Oh yeah, sure, that'd be great. Here's my email. And here's a fake coupon that doesn't actually work because we just set it up as an example. I wasn't expecting people to actually go through this so quickly or so soon after I launched it. So I had to turn it off before too many people got a fake coupon. And I emailed that lady who's actually a current customer. I emailed her a real coupon to make up for that, and the other one as well, this lady here. And so that works really well. Like if you look at the price, like let's look at the price right now. If you go to upgrade and get an account for up to 3 operators, which is 3 people working in Tidio, it's $15 per month if you pay monthly, and it's 2 months free if you pay for the full year. But if I already have 2 people in a couple hours messaging me to want discounts, those are likely people who are going to use those discounts to maybe buy something. Not every single one will, but a percentage of them will. And it doesn't take a whole lot to make up $15. So there's a really high chance you make a significant ROI using these chatbots. And the first time visitor event, which is where we collect email addresses, in just a couple hours, we had 262 people go through or interact with that chatbot. And not every single one of them submitted their email address, and none of them were actually connected to a real email service. So none of them were actually sent anything, which is not great. And that's the reason I turned it off. The point is that it works. These chatbots are engaging with people who visit the site. I could probably, with some optimization and gathering feedback, build them even better so you get a higher number of people who successfully go through the entire chatbot and do whatever that action is that you want them to do. Either get a discount, submit through email, or even returns. You can manage returns through chatbots. But either way, Tidio and chatbots in general, but Tidio chatbots are really easy to build and very powerful. They are awesome. So I encourage you to use the link in the description down below. It's a 10% off link to get Tidio today and set it up and just see what happens. And I bet if your website has any kind of traffic, you will see things happening and you're going to be very happy with the results. There are just 2 more features I want to show you which may make Tidio the perfect choice for what you need. One is it integrates with Facebook Messenger. So if you use Messenger at all and you want to automate that a little bit, there's a lot of applications that do just Facebook Messenger, like ManyChat being one of the very popular ones. However, Tidio does live chat, chatbots on your site, and chatbots on Messenger. So that's a pretty awesome feature. And they just released the contacts feature. There's an area over here called contacts, and it lists all of your contacts. All the people you talk to, you can filter by various things: city, name, email, channel, browser, country. You can export. You can click on any of them to see a history of the conversation. And eventually, you're going to be able, from what I understand, to email your contacts directly from this dashboard right in Tidio. So that's a pretty awesome feature coming soon. They keep upgrading the Tidio platform, adding more features and functionality, and pretty soon it's going to be a no-brainer. And at that point, the price may go up. So if you want to lock in the current price and get a 10% discount, just follow the first link in the description down below, register a free account, and then you can upgrade at any time in the future using the second link, and then you get a 10% discount on any one of the plans, just like I showed you at the very beginning of this tutorial. So I highly encourage you to check out Tidio today. So that's how it works. I hope this video helps you. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click subscribe, then the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. Make sure you check out the private Facebook group, a link to in the description down below. And next up is clicking one of these videos that popped up on the right-hand side so you can get even better at WordPress. And until next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.